Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to talk about going to festivals on a budget. Going to a festival can be very expensive, but there's definitely ways to spend less money. So we're going to talk about that. Honestly, the light is not looking great today. It is so gray outside. I'm so ready for summer. Gunther, did you want to say hi? That was so loud. I'm like I have eczema on my hands and my skin and I feel like I feel gross. It's not gross, obviously, but I feel like I want to scratch my skin. Anyways, enough about that. We're going to talk about everything you can do to spend a little bit less money at a festival. Obviously, I'm from the Netherlands, so this is mostly based on Dutch festivals, but I think it's going to be pretty universal anyway. So let's talk about tickets first. So tickets can get pretty expensive. There is a small risk you can take when it comes to ticket swap. If you don't know what ticket swap is, it's the safest way to swap tickets. So if you want to sell a ticket because you're not going to an event, or if you want to buy a ticket if you don't have a ticket yet for an event that's sold out, ticket swap is always the safest way to do it. There has been some parties last year where the price went extremely down just before an event. Event was sold out and then a lot of people decided not to go, so the tickets just dropped and it was really cheap to go to some of the really big weekenders last summer. However, it's always a risk because if there's a lot of people that want to buy tickets, then obviously the price is going to go up. You never know for sure. Also, talking about big festivals, there's a lot of smaller festivals that are really good for way of a less of a price. So look into other parties too. Check where your friends are going, check where your favorite influencers are going, or check Party Flock, and yeah, just keep an eye on your artists and your favorite people where they are going to party, because there's a lot of really good gems out there. There's some really small parties that are really amazing. It doesn't always have to be big to be good. So if you have a little bit less to spend but you do want to go to a party, try something else. Also, on top of that, some festivals do have group tickets. It's usually like the raves that have group tickets, or there's payment plans for stuff like Defcon. So then you're at the festival and you're thinking like, how can I save some money at the festival? So it starts in the Netherlands anyways with buying your tokens. First of all, sometimes it's cheaper to do it with cash because sometimes it costs a little bit extra to do it with card. I haven't seen that in a while though, so not sure if that's still going on. On top of that, if you bring a certain amount of cash, you're like less likely to go over your budget. So yeah, just bring the amount of cash you want to spend and don't use your card at all. That's a really good way to budget as well. Also, if you're walking from stage to stage, keep an eye on the floor. People drop tokens all the time and you can really find some if you just keep an eye on your surroundings. Obviously, don't let it control your whole festival, but if you're just walking from stage to stage or going to the toilet, just keep an eye on it. Why are you yelling? The sun is coming out. That's so nice. Also, make sure you're not the one losing your tokens. Don't just put them in your pockets. They're so easy to lose. You can put them in a bag. I usually, if I have a fanny pack, I put them like straight on my belly, like all the way in the back, so I can't lose him that easily. In some cases, it's better to spend some money on something that you're gonna reuse every time, like a good bag or a good wallet, for example. Don't just put them with your phone or whatever in your pocket, because you're gonna pull your phone out or you're gonna pull your wallet out and they're just gonna drop. A coin keeper is also a good idea. These are like €6 at Festival Supply. I even have a discount code for them, which is code Alena, and you can just reuse these forever. If you're going to festivals a lot, it does pay to spend some money on good places to keep your tokens and stuff like that, so you don't lose them. I mean, this is like €5 with the code. That's a token and a half, so yeah, I would invest in something like this. Don't hang them from this though. You don't want to lose this whole thing. Just put something like this or a small bag or whatever you're gonna put your tokens in. Put it well and deep in your pockets or put it in your fanny pack. I would really recommend like getting a fanny pack that you wear like this or on your hips so you can't lose your stuff. So then let's talk about drinks, because obviously you're gonna want to get something to drink. First of all, I'm gonna start with weekenders, because if you're going to a weekender, you're allowed to bring a certain amount of drinks and food to the campsite. You're also allowed to bring water bottles and stuff like that. Definitely do that, because it is so much cheaper to get your food at home, like in a supermarket, and bring it which you then buy there. Like food and drinks can get really expensive at festivals. Also, usually the food and drinks at the campsite are cheaper than they are at the actual festival ground. So if you want to get some food, just like walk back to the festival grounds and get it there. Also, as I said, bring an empty water bottle or a water bag. You're not allowed to bring like the hard bottles. I think there should be a thing where you can just like bring your own cups or bottles to festivals. I think that's something we should work on. I think not only that is more environmentally, my cats are fighting, better for the environment, but it's also like really nice if you can just refill your bottle. A water bag is pretty much always allowed, I believe. When you bring a water bottle, make sure not to put the cap on, because then they will probably throw it away. Also bring it empty, obviously. So if you do bring a water bottle or you get one at the bar, you can always refill it at the water stations or at the toilets. Also, if you know what bottles they have, you can bring a bottle cap. It is just so much nicer. It's just so much nicer when you can actually close your bottle. They don't give bottle caps at the bars. You can just like get one of those universal ones. Again, these are a few euros. They do have them at Festival Supply. I have a discount code for that, which is Alena. So you get them for like, I think they're like €4 with the code, I don't know. And you can reuse these every festival and actually save money by not having to buy new drinks every time. You can just close your bottle off and refill as much as you want. So at some festivals you can also get like tokens if you bring in plastic. I haven't seen it yet at hard dance festivals, but I do think it's maybe a better system than what we have now, where you like have to pay extra if you don't bring plastic in. But if you give people half a token or like half a token discount when you bring plastic in, that also means people could gather plastic and you could get tokens. I don't know. I think that's a good system. I think that would really work, and it's more rewarding than the system now. And you know, rewards work well on people. So I think that's a good idea. But keep an eye on that. If your festival has that, you can just gather some trash and bring it to the bar and get a free drink. Also, there's a lot of ways you could actually work at a festival and still enjoy the party. Obviously, there's a ton of jobs in the festival world, not just as a DJ, organizer, or influencer, but think about all the people that work behind bars. There's stuff like Unity, there's people who scan the tickets. A lot of the time with these jobs, you work in shifts. So for example, you scan tickets and then you're allowed to go into the festival for free. I know some of my friends work with Unity, which is usually for free. I don't think you get actually paid except for some shifts, but it's for a good cause. And then on top of that, you work like a 2-3 hour shift, and then you're allowed to party like around that. So you get in the party for free, you get to do something fun. It's a really good deal. Honestly, I used to work at the bar at Masilo, and even though it was like a lot of hard work, it was straight from the beginning till the end of the morning, it was always really fun, and you still get to experience the music and everything. There's always these food places. There's a lot of jobs at festivals, so look into that if you're interested in that. So last but not least is travel. Obviously, you also need to get to the festival. There's a few options. Sometimes there's like discounts on train tickets, or you can go with like people that have a student discount, stuff like that. I don't really know what to call it in English. Studenten-OV. But even if you go by car, as I do, there's obviously a lot of ways to, you know, spend a little less. You can go with friends and share your gas and parking expenses. If your friends aren't living near you, maybe you can carpool near the festival. That's a really good option as well. So you just drive somewhere, put your car there, and then travel together. You know how carpooling works. I don't have to explain this to you. Sometimes there's also organized bus travel. Sometimes that's a lot cheaper, especially if it's far away, than going by yourself by train or by car. So look into that as well. It's also really fun, and it's also a really good option when you like want to drink or do anything else and don't want to drive back. It's a safe and nice option. I think you can also organize these yourself, and sometimes you get like something in return. So yeah, that's all really cool options. The sun is coming through, I love it. Anyways, if you have any additional tips, let me know. A few more for me would be bring a sweater. Even if you don't want to get a locker, you can just either wear a little bag or tie it around your waist. Sometimes it gets really cold in the evenings, and it would suck if you actually have to spend money at merch for a festival. For merch at a festival, that's the right way to say that, because that can get really expensive too. Also, put some drinks and food in your car. For example, you know, I always bring wine food. I usually bring the bottles or the bar. The bottles are freaking amazing to put in your car. You can just like put them in your car and just drink them after. I honestly always drink or eat one before a festival, so then I'm like really filled up and not as hungry at the festival itself. I'm also sober, so I'm always eating at these festivals, and that can get really expensive. So for me, it really helps to eat like one of those Y food bars or drinks before I enter the festival and be full for a few hours. And then I also always leave one in my car for after. I also have a discount code for Y food if you want to like save some money on that as well, which is Alena YouTube. I also always put water in my car for the way back. It's just, not only is it helpful, but you also don't have to stop at a like gas station, like, oh, I'm so thirsty, let me stop at a gas station and spend some money there. If it's already in your car, that's absolutely perfect. I'll leave everything I talked about in the description. I'll look for some links for like festival jobs and stuff like that too, so you can look into that as well. Honestly, we have been having a shortage. I can't talk anymore. It's been enough. But there's not enough people working at these festivals anyway. They're hard to find, and I think a lot of you would actually really enjoy it as well. So I'll leave that there. I'll leave YFood there. I'll leave festival supply there. I'll leave some information about ticket swap and everything I talked about. So if you have any additional tips, please let me know. And I'm going to enjoy the sun now. I'm so ready for spring. Look at my little flowers. I bought those today. It's almost my birthday, so. Anyways, I'll see you real soon. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok if you want as well, if you want to see what I'm up to and where I'm going. And also, of course, subscribe for more of this, more festival vlogs and more interviews. If there's anything else you want me to talk about in like this, please let me know. I'm definitely going to do a festival guide in March about like just general festival guide. And I also want to do like festival guides about the weekenders and probably also about like stuff like Drop Zone. This sun, it looks bad, but it feels so nice. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.